to start, the first Strangers movie ever, like, has made me constantly look in the backseat of my car when I get in, because that was, like, where one of the strangers were in that movie. But with this, you guys, get in a car, and I was like, good for you. You checked that backseat. But were there any moments that, like, truly you were like, yes, this is a good horror movie scare that we haven't seen before?
I feel like the shower is, like, a la Hitchcock, but we haven't seen that in a long time. When I signed on to this movie, I sat with Courtney and Rennie. Sorry, that happens. I sat with Courtney and Rennie, and I was like, guys, the scariest thing in the world to me is when I have just gotten shampoo suds in my eyes, and then I'm convinced there's a serial killer staring at me right through my glass shower. We have to put that in this film, and so we added it, like, on day 3, because I was like, this is a visceral fear I have, and I think that is maybe echoed throughout, like, the community of women.
Mm-hmm. I 100% agree. But is there any that you were just like, this is a terrifying jump scare?
Oof. Yeah, but I think it's a little spoilerific, so I might want to...
Spoilerific.
Yeah, I might want to sidestep that one.
But also, I love this relationship that we're going on this journey with, because it is two people who at the start seem, so happy with, like, just being together, and they don't necessarily need to get married, and we see kind of the progression of that relationship through the movie. How did you guys navigate where they were and where they wanted to be within the film, and kind of figure out moments where you could really share that relationship?
I feel like we did a lot of it off the cuff. I had already shot, like, 2 weeks of filming by the time he came to Slovakia, and it was very natural to have chemistry with him. We obviously worked on, like, the bigger beats and who we were at our core and the relationship between them and their dynamic, but ultimately the moments where, like, they share love and affection just happen naturally in the scenes for us.
Yeah, I think we were both kind of, in different ways, we were both kind of thrust into, like, a very new situation. So there was, like, an immediate sense of, like, trust and both of us, like, leaning on each other throughout the process. And it was kind of easy to be like, okay, this is my person on set, and this is also my person in the movie. And yeah, I think the more I could ground it in, like, Ryan's whole character and the horror of it, the more I could ground it in how do I save Maya, and how do I make this character not think he's in a horror film, but he thinks he's, like, in the Titanic, and Maya's Rose, and, like, this is a romance to him. I think that's like the important part for me working on Ryan in particular.
For last good question, I do love that this is, an extended story, because there's going to be more chapters, we're seeing more. Is there a horror movie that you guys loved when either you were younger, or you just love in general, that you would also want to see have this treatment?
Ooh.
I always want more Saw. I'll never not want more Saw. I want Tobin Bell in all of them, and I want more Saw. That's my answer. Final answer.
It's kind of a thriller, sci-fi movie, but I would love a trilogy of Annihilation movies.
I knew you were going to say Annihilation.
I love that movie so much. Yeah.
She just walks into the flowers and she's like, I'm kind of done with this.
Yeah.
I relate. Thank you guys so much for talking with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.